Hello, Reima Ollila here. Welcome to the continuation of our Lean Waste series. Today we're delving into the waste of waiting, which is the seventh of the famous 8 wastes of Lean. We've already covered overproduction, transportation, inventory, defects, overprocessing, and excessive motion. Today's topic, waiting, is particularly interesting because it directly affects customer satisfaction and efficiency. But how bad is this waste of waiting? Well, it depends. Making the customer wait longer than what's reasonable or what has been promised is unequivocally bad. This is the worst form of waiting that we must avoid at all costs. As an internal phenomenon in production, however, I sometimes see waiting as even a good thing. Of course, waiting indicates poor balance between work phases and thus lower labor productivity than we could achieve. But on the other hand, noticing waiting offers excellent opportunities to find areas for improvement and enhance performance. It's like a window into our process, revealing where we can make improvements. Let's start by defining more precisely what the waste of waiting actually is. Simply put, it's time when work, material, or information is not moving forward. Waiting occurs in 3 main forms. First, the external customer is waiting for a product or service. Second, the internal customer, that is the next work phase, is waiting for the previous phase to complete. Third, workers are waiting for materials, information, or other resources. By the way, note that while I'm primarily talking about manufacturing in my videos, waiting, like all wastes, occurs everywhere. In service industries, waiting can manifest as customer queues or slow response times. In office work, it can be waiting for information or delays in decision making. In my opinion, it's important to understand that waiting is primarily a consequence of other wastes and disturbances. It's like a symptom that reveals other problems in our process. Someone overproduces, someone underproduces, somewhere a product fails, somewhere a machine breaks down. This leads to a situation where, on one hand, there are queues, on the other hand, there's a shortage of parts. Someone wastes time on unnecessary movement, processing, or transportation. All of these cause waiting at some stage of the process. This perspective highlights how important it is to look at the big picture and understand how different wastes and problems are interconnected. When we aim to reduce waiting, we often need to address its underlying causes, which may be related to other types of waste. All forms of waiting tend to cause problems. Customer satisfaction decreases, productivity declines, workers get frustrated, and competitiveness suffers. From a manufacturing industry perspective, typical sources of waiting are unbalanced production, material shortages, communication problems, and machine downtime and maintenance. It's important to note that while waiting is waste, it's a lesser evil than overproduction. If the need for waiting arises because the next work phase or customer doesn't need our product right now, it's perfectly right to stop production and wait. This is a better alternative than producing excess product for inventory. So waiting can sometimes be necessary and even desirable when the alternative is overproduction. Furthermore, I want to emphasize that waiting is also a lesser evil than overlooking a problem that has arisen. It's better to stop production and fix the problem immediately than to continue production and correct errors afterwards. For example, if we notice that a machine is set slightly incorrectly and produces parts that are not within the desired tolerance, it's wiser to stop production and recalibrate the machine. Toyota is known for stopping an entire final assembly line for the slightest reason, and everyone waits. until the problem is resolved. This approach ensures that problems are solved as soon as they occur, which in the long run improves quality and efficiency. So how do we identify the waste of waiting? One of the most effective ways is a Gemba walk. It means going to where the work is done and observing processes on the site. In addition, analyzing customer feedback and utilizing data are valuable tools. Once we've identified waiting, how can we reduce it? Well, there are several effective ways. In lengthy process chains, we can start off by using value stream mapping to understand the big picture. We can implement just-in-time production, standardize workstations, practice preventive maintenance, and employ visual management techniques. As a lean leader, you have a key role in eliminating waste, such as waiting in the process that you're in charge of. Let me tell you an example from my workplace. We noticed that the lead time for the product was significantly longer than the time it took to manufacture it. We went and made two significant changes to our process. First, we removed a separate pre-assembly phase. This reduced unnecessary movement and waiting between phases. Second, we developed the balance between two workstations in the remaining final assembly line. In the new model, two final assemblers can agree between themselves and balance the working time required for each product model in half. This flexibility enables more efficient workflow and reduces waiting. As a result of these changes, lead time was significantly reduced, customer satisfaction improved, and worker frustration decreased. In addition, my team members felt they had more responsibility and opportunities to influence their own work. Your environment is likely to be different, but some general advice holds. Engage and empower employees to identify and solve waiting-related problems. For instance, keep reminding your team that the next work phase is always their internal customer. You should strive to build a solid culture of continuous improvement that involves every employee. For this, you need to not only teach lean wastes, but also allocate daily improvement time for the team. This means time when products are not being made, but the process in which those products are manufactured is being improved. When the team is working together on, say, standardizing workstations and putting visual management in place, it's important that you are there participating and developing with them. This way, you create a culture where continuous improvement is everyday life and every employee feels responsible for developing the process. In summary, remember that the waste of waiting is much more than just lost time. It's lost value for the customer, frustration for employees, and wasted potential for the company. Focus is especially on minimizing external customer waiting. In the next and final video in this series, we'll discuss the untapped potential of employees. This topic is closely related to all the wastes we've covered, including waiting. In fact, like overproduction, people's unused talent too is like the mother of all wastes. If we don't utilize the full potential of our employees, how could we ever eliminate other wastes? So make sure you don't miss this important video. Thank you for watching. I hope this helped you better understand the waste of waiting and gave you tools to reduce it. If you like this video and want to learn more about lean leadership, remember to like the video and subscribe to my channel. Also, share your thoughts in the comments. What kinds of waiting waste have you noticed in your own work? How have you solved it? See you in the next final video of the series. Bye bye.